business before gossip.
Universal in another one.
You know, yo, a lot of our form of communication, if you really dig deep and look at it, you probably could venture out and say probably like 80, and I'm being generous, really it's probably higher, more or less 90s and high 90s, that most of your conversation and how you interact with each other is really purely based on gossip. You know, a lot of your conversation is consumed by gossiping about other things, other people's business, and your opinions about others, and so forth and so on. Um, Gossiping is a form of communication that adults utilize with one another and how we socialize and how we interact with one another, which many would consider is a low vibrational thing. So I surmise that talk business more. Let's reverse that 80 to 90% that you're spending gossiping about this or gossiping about that or talking to this about your coworker or to this one or your family member or what have you. Like, talk about some business. And I even think that relationships per se can benefit from focusing more on business, even if it's the business of the household, of organizing the children, organizing the calendar, organizing the events, organizing family. That's a business structure as well. So more or less spending time on business conversation, the people in your circle, what are you talking about? What is your conversation being dominated? What is permeating your conversation with others? Is it more or less about gossiping? And I'm not here to not the gossiper or gossiping. We all do it. Of course, it has to be a balance. I think we're way out of whack. You know, if you just monitor the way you interact with people, you will see that most of your conversation is based around gossiping, or what we would term gossiping. So you could talk to somebody, and a good example is that is if you talking to somebody about the exploits of someone doing something relatively good or well, you might spend a very brief period of time on it. Like, yeah, that's really nice. They doing big things. They got this. They went and purchased this in the room or whatever. And now the conversation stops. Or, you know, oh yeah, they got that. I see they doing their thing in their job, their business is growing, and I can see, like, that's where it stops. You got some other stuff to say in terms of what we would tell gossiping and what we would call whatever negative or what have you. It would be like, yeah, you have a half an hour conversation. The other 5 minutes of, yeah, they doing a good job, yeah, that's really. Next half an hour, let it be something different. That's a damn shame. The way they act like that, and the way these people carried on, and that was me. I wouldn't be doing that, and I don't know why they do that, and that's crazy to me, and I don't understand, and that's silly, and other people can see it, and I don't know how they don't see it, and it's just dumb, and they're dumb, and everybody goddamn dumb. Like, really. And you can go on and on and on and have conversations like that for extended periods of time, I'll just say. So, my motivational or empowering both message today is let's talk more business and gossip, period. And this can be especially beneficial in partnerships and relationships. That's why they become stale, because you keep talking about the same old thing. One thing about discussing business ideas is it creates creativity. And one thing about relationships, no matter what relationship it is, job, marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, fiance, whatever the hell you want to determine or what have you. What happens is that those situations become stale because you're not talking about nothing about the same old stuff over and over again. And the mind is too creative for that. The mind needs different ideas and different things. That's why you see with couples a lot of times, they run businesses together. And because of having to discuss business practices a lot of times, it invokes creativity. Because you're talking about different ideas of how can you manifest something, build something, do something different with something. And so that's why business practices creates creativity, which prevents things from getting stale. So you want to talk more business and gossip. You know, that would be very helpful in your circumstances, in your situations, I would presume. So that's the empowering message today. I'm your host, Universal of the Way Out podcast. As always, like, share, and subscribe. And if you feel so led to do so, also donate to the page so we can keep this empowerment train moving. Choo choo!